We've been telling you here on City News 24/7 about the rising cost of living that thousands of Canadians are facing. We all know grocery prices have increased and many families are struggling to afford personal care items. That includes diapers. There's a Toronto organization that's stepping in an effort to help those who need those products. Joining me now in studio are the co-founders of Baby Love, Tanya Taylor and Julia Miller-Black. Thank you both for being with us here on City News 24/7.
Thanks for having us.
And we should know it's Diaper Awareness Week. And your organization is addressing an issue that so many families are faced with. You're calling it a hidden crisis. What's happening behind closed doors?
Yeah, I'd say more than 1 in 5 families can't afford diapers for their baby. And when that happens, parents are making really difficult decisions between food for their family or diapers for their baby. And so Baby Love is a charity that works to meet that need. And we produce our diapers with a Canadian manufacturer, Irving Personal Care, and we deliver up to 100,000 diapers each month to support these families.
So talk a little bit about the barriers these families are dealing. Tanya, maybe you can take this one. How are we able to even understand the full length of how many people are really struggling and why?
Yeah, so we really wanted to shine a light on what it means if you don't have diapers. And I think for anyone dropping their kids off at daycare on a Monday, if they don't have a week's worth of diapers, they can't do drop off. That means they can't go to work. And then the cycle becomes really difficult. You feel isolated, there's shame involved. I think the stat is that people miss 4 days of work a month if they can't afford diapers. So we really wanted to create something physical and create something that really stopped people in their tracks. And we were given a space in Commerce Court to build a 12-foot wall of diapers. People are showing up and they're saying, what is this? Are there diapers in these boxes? And it's really just for brand awareness for us to explain Baby Love, our mission, and be able to show people that for $25, they can actually support a family for a month's worth of diapers and wipes.
And so you talked a little bit about the implications here of not being able to access these diapers. And I'm wondering if we can expand on that a little bit. Sure. When you talked about parents aren't able to take their kids to daycare, for instance, or able to go to work here. This is a snowball effect that's impacting other areas of life.
Absolutely. So one of our community partners, we distribute through 13 community partners, and one of them last night, Wood Green, was sharing a story about they had a single mom who was in a shelter, and she was struggling. She didn't have access to housing, but what was even more difficult was the fact that she couldn't afford the basic essentials, and what a stress that was. She wasn't able to drop her child off at daycare and go to work. And as soon as she was part of the Wood Green Homeward Bound program, she had access to those supports. And she talked about sort of the impact that makes on their mental health as well, and their ability to go to work.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the many reasons people, might not have access to diapers, and that's, affordability surrounding that. But also you think about people who have to flee home because of domestic violence, for instance, and people who have to live in shelters here. I want to learn a little bit more about your operation and how people can get involved in also helping out.
So we have a website, babylovebeginnings.com. On that website, it talks all about our mission. It has amazing testimonials from mothers who have been really impacted by the work we're doing, and an easy little donate button that allows people to donate as little or as much as they're able to, but it all goes to producing diapers. Like, we really believe that as we scale, we just want to offer more services and more diapers to Toronto families in need, and then ideally even grow beyond Toronto.
Yeah, and how does your distribution work? I think you talked about one way of connecting with shelters as well. Do you kind of have multiple ways of accessing people who really need these supports?
Absolutely. So we have 13 community partners, and those are everything from community health agencies to women's shelters to hospitals, and we distribute them every month. We have a wait list of 20 organizations on the wait list, though, wanting to join.
What does that say to you?
Just it's how prevalent the need is. More than 1 in 5 families can't afford diapers, and that has critical implications on their families and their well-being.
Okay, Tanya, Julia, thank you so much for being with us
right
here at City News 24/7.
Thank you.